Thank you again for joining me. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mathematics with Educator. Kindly like, make comments while you watch the video. Of course, help out to subscribe. Thank you very much. Today, we're talking about a student of mine sending some questions. So I felt like, okay, for others, like I have a WhatsApp group for most of my students in and out of my country. So I want others to benefit. I have to put it on my YouTube channel. So I have the first one. So if the surface area of a sphere is increased by 44%, find the percentage increase in its diameter. Okay. 1. Surface area. So the surface area of a sphere is what? 2 pi r squared. Isn't it? So if you have to calculate the surface area of a sphere, of course, you should know that to be 4 pi r squared rather, not 2 pi. Okay, you have this to be 4. Now looking at this again, the answer is increased by what? 44%. Find the percentage increase in its diameter, which means something is wrong there. We need diameter here. So we can write this again as 4 pi. Your radius can be written as d over 2. Everything all squared. Right? Good. So we can write this to be 4 pi d squared upon 4. Right? So this can cancel this, right? So you have this to be pi d squared. Right? Good. So you have derived this to this point. You are now told that it was increased by 44%. Now, if anywhere something is increased in percentage, what do? Like when you will treat percentage, gain, profit, loss. Probably I will treat some of questions on that too. So you have this. This can be taken percentage increase, 44% increase. In this surface area, that will be, you add 100 to this, then divide by 100. Do you get? So 100 to 44, that will be 144 pi d squared upon 100. Do you get that? So I can still relate that to this. For 144 pi d squared, I can write that as pi 12 over 100 12d all squared. Will I be right with that? Good. So that can equally be what? Pi. Break what is inside down. So 2 here 6, 2 here 5, right? So you are going to be having 6 pi 6d upon 5 this all squared. So this is for the area, increase in the area. Now, if you have to get the increase in its diameter, how do you get increase in the diameter? So this is the new diameter, right, with respect to the area. So how do you relate it to the initial diameter? So if you get the increase in diameter, which is change in diameter, that can be equal to what? The new change minus the old value. The new value minus the old value. So that will be 6d upon 5. This is the diameter itself. The diameter is 6 over 5d. You get? So you have then minus d over 1. So what do you have here? Let's find it together. You have 6d minus 5d. So that becomes what? That becomes d over 5. So that is the change in diameter. Now we're told to find the percentage increase. So percentage increase normally, by definition of percentage increase, like percentage profit, so the profit over cost price times 100, percentage increase will be like percentage decrease will be the decrease upon the initial value times 100. Percentage increase will be the what? The increment. The change in the size, the increment over the initial value times 100. So what is the change in diameter, which is this? The change, the increment is this. That will be increase. Okay, let me write the definition. Increase over initial value times 100 over 1. And that can be equal to increase is d over 5 divided by 5 divided by what do you have? D times 100 over 1. Do you see that? So that becomes what? That will be d over 5 divided by d. So that is 5, sorry, d over 5 divided by d over 1 times 100 over 1. That will be d over 5 times 1 over d times 100 over 1. This cancel out this. 5 here 1, 5 here 20. So our answer is 20%. Which is option D. So that's the percentage increase. We are good to go. Let's go to question 2. Solution 2. Actually, we should solve this first. Written this first then. Because of space. Okay, let's go. So the sum of the first two terms of a GP is X. And the sum of the last two terms is Y. If there are n terms in all, the common ratio in all, the common ratio is first, sum of terms of a GP Sn should be A open bracket r raised to power n minus 1 upon r minus 1, or it can be A open bracket 1 minus r raised to power n upon 1 minus r, depending on the value of r. So if r is lesser, you go with this. If r is bigger, you go with this. So let's stick to this anyway. They said the sum of the first two terms, that means S2 should be A open bracket r raised to power 2 minus 1 upon r minus 1. They said that is equal to what? The sum of the first two terms is X. So we can say our X can be equal to A open bracket. This is common ratio. Difference of two squares. R minus 1, R plus 1 upon R minus 1. This can cancel this. So X can now be equal to A open brackets R plus 1. You get that? Now we'll move on. I'm going to share my board. Permits me. So X is A open bracket this. Now we're now told that if there are, and the sum of the last two terms, that's where you need to, that's the only place you need your interpretation. You need to be very smart. Sum of the last two terms. The sum of the last two terms. Want to get the sum of the last two terms? The value of the sum of the last two terms, you need the last term minus, you need the sum of the last term, that is from the beginning to the end, that is Sn. So the second one is Y, right? That means Y. Sum of the last two terms should be the sum of the last term, then minus the sum of the last two terms. The sum of the second 2 terms to the last term. The sum of the 2 terms to the last term. Yes. 2 terms to the last term. If you get that one, like if you have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. If you are looking for the sum of the last 2 terms, which is the sum of the last 2 terms, this plus this. If you are looking for this plus this, to get this plus this, what do you need? You need the sum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. S6 minus, that will be S6 minus 2. And that is what? That is S4. Can we try? Good. So S6, if you find, let's check it out. I don't need to prove that to you. Sum of everything here, you have 2 plus, okay, let's go. 2 plus 4, that is 6, plus 8. 6 plus 8, that is 14. Yes, 6 plus 8, 14. Then 14 plus 32, 46, plus 64, that is 110. So this is 110 minus the sum of the first 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 14. 14 plus 16. That is 30. Right? Six, 14 plus 16, okay. Then 110, 110 minus 30. That is 80, right? So, add this together. Some of the last 2 terms. What do we have? So you have 32 plus 64. You have 96. So the sum of the last 2 terms, you get the same value exactly. So we are good to go. We are good to go. The approach is perfect. So some of the last 2 terms there will give you the same answer. So good. Going by this, our Sn, y can be equal to a open bracket r raised to power n minus 1 upon r minus 1, then minus a open bracket what? R raised to power n minus 2 minus 1, then you have over r minus 1. So this place you have your manipulation to do. You can find the LCM right away, r minus 1, and this becomes a open bracket r raised to power n minus 1 minus a open bracket r raised to power n minus 2 minus 1. Please take note of this, what will happen here. Something is common. Factor out a. Right? Factor out a, you have r raised to power n minus 1 minus r raised to power n minus 2 minus times minus plus 1. So everything upon r minus 1. This and this gone. So you have it to be a open bracket r raised to power n minus r raised to power n minus 2 over r minus 1, isn't it? So here this can be equal to what? A. Let me factor out r raised to power n minus 2 because it is smaller. Yeah, it's smaller. So I can work with that. And if I have that, I can have this one to be r raised to power 2. Yeah. So r raised to power 2, r raised to power n minus 2 times r raised to power 2 indices. Power law, add both of them. Minus 2 plus 2, that will be 0, then hence you have this. Then you have minus 1 over r minus 1. This times this will give you this. Do you get that? So here, don't forget our x is this. I want to wipe this place. So we work with this place. We have so that will be y can be equal to a r power n minus 2 open brackets r minus 1. This is difference of 2 squares, r plus 1, and you have r minus 1. This cancel this. So y can be equal to a r to the power n minus 2 r plus 1, which is, recall x is equal to what? A open brackets r plus 1. So this and this will represent x. So y can now be equal to r raised to the power n minus 2 x. And this times x. So what do you do? X. What are we looking for? Common ratio, this, right? So r raised to the power n minus 2 can be equal to y upon x. So r itself, if you take the inverse of this, as in the inverse power of this, you're going to be having r raised to the power n minus 2 times 1 over n minus 2. That can be y upon x, all raised to the power of 1 over n minus 2. This cancel this. So our r is equals to this. Got it? Thank you for joining me, staying with me. Please subscribe. Thank you for now. See you later.